could you get into so many fights and then always come out on top? I nearly tied you shooting.
Friend, there's nobody up there shooting back at you. It isn't always being fast or even accurate that counts. It's being willing. I found out early that most men, regardless of cause or need, aren't willing. They blink an eye or draw a breath before they pull a trigger. I won't.
John Wayne's The Shootist isn't just a movie. It's a poignant farewell and a gripping tale of legacy, mortality, and the price of reputation. But behind the scenes, Wayne's ironclad obsession with maintaining his heroic image turned the production into a battlefield of creative clashes and compromises. Why did this legendary icon insist on rewriting scripts, rejecting scenes, and even demanding changes that left cast and crew scrambling to keep up? And how did this relentless focus on protecting his persona create unexpected tension on the set of what would become his swan song? Stick around as we unravel the fascinating story behind Wayne's final ride in The Shootist. The movie tells the story of J.B. Brooks, a famed gunfighter grappling with terminal cancer. As he rides into Carson City in January 1901, the modern world, with its streetcars, telephones, and electricity, encroaches upon the old ways. Brooks consults a trusted doctor, played by Jimmy Stewart, who confirms his grim prognosis. Seeking peace in his final days, Brooks rents a room from Bon Rogers, played by Lauren Bacall, a widow raising her spirited teenage son Gillum, played by Ron Howard. But word of Brooks' presence spreads quickly, and he becomes a target for opportunists seeking to exploit his reputation or take him down in a blaze of glory. As much as the film is about a dying gunslinger, it's also about the world leaving behind the myths of the Wild West. Brooks, like Wayne himself, is caught between the admiration of the past and the realities of the present. The film opens with a montage of Wayne's iconic roles, cleverly grounding the fictional Brooks in Wayne's real-life legend. This framing underscores the parallels between the actor and his character, both men battling the sands of time. The production wasn't without challenges. Wayne, already weakened from past health issues, contracted the flu during filming, halting production for weeks. At 69, his lung capacity was diminished from surgery, and filming in Carson City's high altitude took its toll. Despite these difficulties, Wayne's performance was layered and deeply human, blending his hallmark toughness with vulnerability. Wayne's commitment to his image was a defining feature of the production. He made several changes to the script, including toning down profanity and removing explicit references to cancer to ensure the film aligned with his legacy as a man of principle. He also vetoed a scene where Brooks would shoot a man in the back, stating, "I don't do that," even though he had done so in earlier films like The Searchers. Wayne also had input on the cast, bringing in old friends like Stewart, Bacall, and Richard Boone. One touching aspect of the movie was the relationship between Brooks and Gillum. Brooks becomes a reluctant mentor, teaching Gillum how to shoot while imparting his moral code: never to harm anyone who doesn't deserve it. In real life, Wayne offered Ron Howard some acting advice during the climactic shootout scene. "If you want to look menacing, close your mouth." Howard later described his time with Wayne as invaluable, cementing their bond beyond the screen. The film's title, The Shootist, was inspired by the term used by real-life gunslinger Clay Allison, who described himself as such. This nod to history complements the movie's broader themes of myth-making and the reality behind larger-than-life personas. The saloon where Brooks confronts his final adversaries is a fitting stage for the film's themes to culminate. Brooks orchestrates a final gunfight to die on his terms rather than succumb to illness. The scene is tense and reflective, showcasing Wayne's enduring presence. True to Wayne's influence, the script was adjusted so that Gillum, not Brooks, kills the final antagonist, signaling a symbolic rejection of the violence that defined Brooks' life. Behind the scenes, there were moments of levity and camaraderie. During one take, Lauren Bacall, who had worked with Wayne before, expressed frustration with his habit of spitting on set, leading to a famously sharp yet playful rapport. Meanwhile, Jimmy Stewart, whose hearing had deteriorated, struggled with cues in his scenes, causing multiple retakes. Wayne quipped to director Siegel, "If you want it done better, hire better actors." Despite this, the mutual respect among the cast was palpable. One fascinating tidbit about the production is John Wayne's meticulous attention to authenticity, particularly in his character's appearance. Wayne initially resisted growing a mustache for the role of J.B. Brooks, feeling it might detract from his established image. However, after some persuasion, he agreed, ultimately acknowledging that the mustache fit the character's rugged, world-weary demeanor. Additionally, the pistols Brooks uses in the film were custom replicas of Colt single-action Army revolvers, engraved specifically to reflect the gunfighter's storied past. This attention to detail not only enriched the realism of the film, but also reflected Wayne's commitment to presenting a character that was as iconic and layered as the actor himself. Interestingly, the horse Wayne rides in the film, Dollar, was his own, previously featured in films like True Grit and The Cowboys. This personal touch added authenticity to Brooks' character. Additionally, the boarding house where Brooks resides was filmed at the historic Krebs-Peterson House in Carson City, a tangible link to the era depicted in the film. Upon its release, The Shootist received critical acclaim for its performances and storytelling, earning Oscar, Golden Globe, and BAFTA nominations. However, it struggled at the box office, a disappointment Wayne attributed to Paramount's lackluster marketing as they focused on the King Kong remake. Over time, the film gained recognition as a fitting end to Wayne's legendary career. Critics praised its quiet moments over its action, with Roger Ebert noting that the film's true strength lay in its humanity rather than its gunfights. The legacy of The Shootist is inseparable from Wayne's own. It's a film about a man facing his mortality, mirroring Wayne's battle with cancer and his awareness of his waning career. The movie serves as both an elegy for the actor and the Western genre he helped define. Though Wayne didn't intend it to be his last role, his performance ensured that his swan song resonated with dignity and grace. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think about John Wayne's insistence on shaping his on-screen image, even in his final film? Was it a powerful assertion of legacy, or a missed opportunity for deeper exploration? Let us know in the comments below.